Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jaculator still Lake Jackson, and man, it is hot. Here in Texas, it is horrible hot, and so we want something nice, something fresh, something to snack on, something super easy that you can do at home. Here you go, man. We're going to show you how to do these just marinated mozzarella cubes. We did the watermelon and mint stuff with the mozzarella last summer. It worked really well. We'll put a link down the doobly-doo for that, but this is marinated mozzarella stuff. It works really well. We're going to get into it. Before we do, be sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the little bell, get notifications anytime we upload, because we usually do Tuesdays and Fridays. Jack's throwing out some extra ones out there, so ring the bell so you get notifications anytime we put something up there. And don't forget, we got our link for our merch down the doobly-doo. We got pot holders, spoilers, pans, all kind of stuff. Just look it up, and let's just get into it.
Alright, so this is going to be nice and easy here. You're going to need a block of this mozzarella cheese stuff here, just a whole block. You want a can of these, or a jar of the roasted peppers. The rest of this is kind of up to your taste. You're going to want some olive oil to put in there. It said 1 or 2 pieces of garlic, so we're going to, instead of 2, it's just, that's 8. We're just going to use a whole head of garlic. You're going to want some of this Italian seasoning stuff and some red pepper flakes. Not a lot of either one of those. You want to get some fresh thyme and some rosemary. You can get these in these bags at like a local HEB or something. That's great. So, you get that done. First thing, I almost forgot, you're going to need about a 16-ounce glass jar. You get these ball jars. You can get them just about anywhere. Your grandmother should have a few underneath a sink somewhere. So first things first, let's go ahead and cut up your cheese. Get that plastic all the way off, get your knife, and now you want to stand it up and cut it down longways, because it's really thick, right? Like, so, if you got some samurai knife, you can lay it on its side and slice it, but even with my super sharp knives, this mozzarella is kind of rough, man, because it's a fatty cheese, so it fills in the gaps around your edge of your knife, so it feels like it dulls real quick, but as soon as you get it warm, it'll stop. So you want to put these down at about 1-inch cubes. The easiest way to do it, split it down the middle, lay it down, cut it down. Like you see, I'm using my wrist to keep my fingers out of there, but that helps to kind of push down on the weight, and it just helps me because my right wrist is just too screwed up. So just take these, make them into those little cubes, pull them off, throw them off to the side. That's all it takes. So just cut the whole thing, just keep cutting it down, and set it off to the side in a bowl. Careful with your knife, don't bang it on your bowl there. It'll dull it, and Andy will yell at you. Your garlic, go ahead and cut it up into smaller pieces. You don't have to do like super diced, super small stuff. Like some simple cuts is fine. Give it a quick run through, keeping your fingers out of the way, and then after that, just kind of mangle it. Man, it doesn't even have to be great. There used to be like these garlic presser things, right? Like you can get the oil out of them, but you can take the little guard out and then mash it through, and it'll cut them up and dice it. I need to find me one of those. But that's all this takes, right? Just cut these up, set it off to the side. That's just garlic to one side. Now, your thyme, you can go ahead and cut this down, or you can take it and pull it off all the little stems. Generally, when you eat this, you're going to pull any of the stems or anything off. It's just going to marinate in this stuff. So, you can take it in here and just go ahead and cut. Don't cut your finger the way I just did, but go ahead and cut these down. Be sure to chop your stems down. Don't worry about it too much. Go get a Band-Aid if it gets too bad, if you cut yourself. Anything that's bloody, throw it out. But yeah, just give it a nice little cut and chop there. The thyme, it's not a problem. The rosemary, you need to pull off the stem. So now you got your rosemary. Just go ahead and pull all those little rosemary leaves off. Take that stem and get rid of it. So get those pulled down. Now your thyme, again, you don't want to eat the sticks, but generally it'll stay off because it's heavier. It'll sit at the bottom of the jar. You don't have to worry about it sticking to anything. So you get your rosemary pulled off. Go ahead and give it a nice quick chop. Kind of slice it down. Man, this smells outstanding right here. So just give it a nice little whack, and then just set it to the side. I usually put it in a small bowl. Your roasted peppers, just get this whole jar. What you want to do is go ahead and dump those out. You want to drain them, but not rinse them. So don't rinse the oil and stuff off of them. So just give them a nice little thing here, and then cut them down. Like some of these you don't need to because they're cut down. This is just a bell pepper, right? But sometimes it's a little big, so you want to just go ahead and lay it down, cut it down into some smaller bite-sized pieces. Or you can leave them big. It's up to you. I cut them down into smaller stuff. So now you're going to get you a small bowl. So go ahead and put in your 2 sprigs of rosemary, 2 or 3 small ones of thyme, and then your Italian seasoning. You want to put 2 of the tablespoons in there, and then your red pepper flakes, put only 1 of those in there. But that's really to taste. Like if you want it spicier, put more stuff in it, man. That's just how it works. So you put that stuff in there, and then you're going to go ahead and add your olive oil, right? You're going to put 2 cups of this stuff, or sorry, a cup and a quarter, not 2 cups. Sorry, misjudgment on my account. Don't use 2. I was worried about this. I didn't think it was going to be enough. Turns out this is a perfect amount for that big jar we got. So just give it a nice stir and set it over the side. Oh yeah, I didn't put my thyme in it. I don't know why I didn't. I separated it, left it different. I layered the thyme in. I think mostly because it floats. So when you put this in your jar, you're going to make a parfait out of this stuff. Put some cheese in it, then layer the peppers on top. I try to get my cheese as flat as possible. I've never been diagnosed with OCD or whatever, but I just like things nice and neat. So get them in there, and if you need to, get your long teaspoon and make it fit. You don't want big gaps in there, right? There you go. So you get those in there. It'll all fill in. It'll sift while you're moving the stuff around. Go ahead and get you a layer of your pieces of roasted red pepper. Then your garlic. I don't see how they're supposed to do those, just 2 cloves of garlic, man. Like, we put those in there, flatten those out. Kind of try to make it pretty. Now add some of your thyme. Whoop. Which, I don't know why I didn't mix that in. I don't know if I missed that step, but this seemed to work out pretty well. So just go ahead and add the thyme later, and then just keep layering it up. Next, cheese, then your peppers, then your garlic, then your thyme, then your cheese. Right? Get the whole thing in there. Right? That's going to be 1 whole block of cheese, man. That's that 1 jar of peppers. I had nothing left over. And then here goes our pepper and all our seasoning that we put together. Or oil and our pepper and seasoning that we put together. Go ahead and give this another good stir. It's going to look like a lot of it sits on top, and it will, but I'll show you how we'll fix that. So just go ahead and take that 1 cup and 1/4 cup of that oil with your seasoning and put it in there. Now, don't pour it too fast. It'll kind of block up the top. You see where these air bubbles are coming out of the bottom? It takes a little while to kind of filter down there, so don't be in a big rush. So just go ahead and let that fill in. Give it a little more. Just let that air bubble keep coming out. Give it a shake every now and then. You make sure it all comes out. I didn't know it was going to do this. I expected it to flow like water and stuff where it would come out relatively quickly, but because it's oil and it's slower, it's not. So go ahead and put this in here. That 1 cup and 1/4 fit perfectly right on top. Look at that. Now, I took a spoon and kind of scraped the last of the seasoning stuff out of there. Now, a lot of it looks like it's on top, so I kind of pushed it down in there, and I was worried that it wasn't going to get to the rest of it. That's why I put the thyme in it separately. So let that air keep moving around. Put your lid back on. Now, all you need to do is let it marinate for overnight, and then you're set for tomorrow. Use it for lunch, dinner, whatever tomorrow. You're worried that it's not getting down to the bottom. Make sure the lid's on tight, and then turn it over. Like here, I'm going to show you. Like I figured this out off camera because I didn't want to spill this crap everywhere. And I did it off camera right here too. I'm sorry. You flip it over, and it tends to funnel down into the bottom, so you get that seasoning all over. Makes sense that way. I don't get it. So yeah, just leave it upside down for a few minutes. Let it kind of cycle through. This is 24 hours later, just sitting in the fridge. Now anything after that will start to congeal. Like add it to a little bread. You can use crackers. You can use toast points. You can use a toothpick, man. Just eat it straight out of the jar with a fork. This is outstanding. Generally, you don't want to just goop all of your olive oil onto it, right? And your seasoning and stuff makes it look good on the plate, but when you eat it, you generally either take it off or most of it falls off. Most of it won't stay or stick because of the oil or whatever. Just put this on a small plate, man. Put it next to some bread, and you are good. This stuff is outstanding. Yeah, that's it. You just don't eat the stems, and you're fine. These turned out, they look gorgeous. They taste amazing. It was well under our $10. It was good enough for me for at least 3 meals, just sitting down eating nothing with this, with some old croissant that I had like cut up and made some small chunks out of. So man, you really need to try this. Like I said, I use it as a full meal. You can use it as, like an appetizer. You can put it next to something as a side or whatever. But this is outstanding. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I had some people over, they tried it. Most everybody loved it except one guy, and I'm not going to mention his name, Andy. But this turned out really well. Give this one a shot, man. Let me know what you think about it.
There you have it, folks. That's outstanding. You can take that, use it for just about anything. Use it as an appetizer, put it on some crackers or whatever, put it next to something, or just straight eat it out of the jars, which I did. It was just a full meal. It was like that whole thing. I think it was like 3 or 4 settings just to sit down and have something to chew on. It's tastes outstanding. It is cool. It is helpful in the summertime, man. If you do it differently, you want to see us do it differently, let us know. Put it down in the comments. That's what the comments are for, right? If not, you can also find us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. You can find us all those at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. You can also find us at Instagram at Living Between Paychecks. We had to shorten it down over there. We had to leave the kitchen part out. Again, shout out to our patrons. We can't do any of this stuff without you. So we got some new videos coming for you guys pretty soon, and I'll see you next, man. I'm gonna go eat some more cheese. I'll catch you on later.